Good morning. Reed here. Thanks for joining me for my little walkabout at Orchestra Farm. This beautiful final day of July in 2024. And feeling a little excited today. The reason being, I got a message over the weekend about doing a solo performance tonight. And so gearing up for that this evening. I'll have to drink a late cup of coffee in the day to make sure that I can stay awake for it. It's important to be awake for things you gotta do in the evening, huh? And I'll be, following my usual thread of improvising. And my primary instrumentation will be saxophone, clarinet, and oud, which is like an African clay drum based off of a watering vessel. Josh berries. Yum. And then I'm debating maybe a couple other small percussive elements to bring. To be seen. And I'll be playing for somewhere between an hour to 90 minutes, which is a great amount of time. My wife asked me, she was like, it seems like a long time to play for. Can you do that? And I smiled at her and I was like, well, love, yes, I can. And there's times when I get to my rehearsal for my band early to warm up before everyone else gets there. And on a rare occasion, everyone else is late. So I end up playing for an hour or so just by myself. And I have no trouble entertaining myself for that much time. Now, the blueberries are really... There's a little bit there, and then we go this way, and it's like, boom, blueberries. You see those? There's more coming on the way. And there's more blueberries over here. I very clearly need to get in here with a weed whacker and clean this up, but for today I'll just eat some. And this will be my first solo performance in like a pretty darn long time. I almost got a looping pedal the other day, which would have been super cool, but it didn't really work. And it's one of the more expensive ones that has a lot of functionality to it. So I wasn't about to spend the money on something that doesn't work. Now, if you'd like me to see my setup get improved, you can go to my bandcamp page and support my arts. There's a link in the description here for that. And if you listen to stuff there, you're going to have to go back in time quite a ways to hear something akin to what I'll be doing tonight. Because most of my new stuff that I'm releasing, to which new album coming out this Friday, August 2nd. I guess today's the 30th. Anyway, maybe it's not the last day of July. I don't know, I'm not looking at my calendar. But the key thing being, I'm super stoked. And with this new album coming out, I'll also be bringing my book to the show, see if I can't sell a book or two. Maybe I'll read through my book while I'm there. I'll have to check in about that, but I'll probably go over well. And I'm ever so, in my own pace, putting myself out there more, that I'm available for this kind of a thing. And it's exciting to see it happen more. Now, I've given myself a bit of a challenge. It's not really a challenge, part of it's a challenge. Anyway, the thing is, so last year, via creating music and art and such, I earned $100. Now, that's not really that much money, but it is the things I love to do. And so, this year, in my first performance I did with my band, I made $100. So, in one night, I earned as much as I earned the entire year. And I was like, that's my new goal to scale this aspect of my reality or my passions, is whatever I earn this year through my arts, my goal is to try to earn that in one night this next year. And so that's a fun scaling thing, and then to see if I can keep that up for a bit. And if at some point in time I'm making enough money from my arts and my passions to perform at the same level or better my jobs, then I can really pick and choose which jobs I actually want to be doing. Which, that's the goal. That's the dream, isn't it? How many of you out there are just doing work that you really want to be doing? I'm curious to hear back from y'all, and I'd love to know what that is. And I'm also curious if it is the thing that you're passionate about. How do you find the time and space to make sure that you're doing it as much for the passion of it as for the work of it? Because I've heard from a lot of people who take their creative pursuits or their passions and it makes it their work, and then they kind of lose their passion for it. So if that's happened to you, I'm also interested to hear how that goes, and if a new passion has developed in you, or if you decide to take a step back from doing it as a work thing so that the passion and enjoyment of it can be there. With that, thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I super appreciate all the new people who are showing up here in that way. Shout out to all y'all, and have too much fun.